Let Roses Burn says, I did not know that, and this is about the salamander thing in Alaska. With the expansions, any plans on adding an invert wall? I'm thinking of looking for blue death feigning beetles.
Oh, those are cool. Sun beetles would be another great choice.
Yeah, I mean, we already have an invert wall, but I'd like to expand it for sure. And I could see adding something else. I've had this dream to have an ant farm in the Reptarian.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But it's you would think that would be easy. It's not.
Why not?
You can't. Did you know that you can't cross state lines with ants?
Oh,
No, I did not know this. So you have to get your own ants?
You can only get ants, queen ants, from within your own state.
well, do you have an ant guy?
Unfortunately, so Ants Canada hooked me up with a guy in Michigan, but the guy had only carpenter ants.
Oh, those
You
aren't
know,
fun
and so
ants.
yeah, I'm like, give me some leaf cutters or something, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something really cool. I mean, I want something that would be through tubes and people could watch them, you
Exactly.
know. And but yeah, so that's another thing I'd like to add to the expansion if I can source out ants somehow. But I tried.
I wish
I also
you luck
tried to
in your
find bullet
endeavor.
ants too, and that was impossible.
That would have
too.
been crazy.
I didn't want bullet ants. I just wanted to have David Dobrik get bit by a bullet ant. But that
Fun
was it.
fact: the first time, what are they? The red velvet ants?
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
what? Yeah, they look like little caterpillars. I didn't know what bullet ants were, and I pet one when I was 10 years old.
That was good. That feel
Yeah.
good.
Well, it didn't sting me.
Oh,
so it was
good.
fine. I was like, oh my god, I had to have a picture of it on my phone. And I was
my
like,
gosh.
wow, that's a bullet ant.
Wow. Yeah, that's
scary.
That's awesome. Well, good.
I'm glad you're still here with
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
I didn't die, so I
Yeah,
guess
you're
it
still
wasn't
here,
scary. It
so
was
yeah,
a funny
exactly.
experience.
Yeah, stop being a pussy.
Jay.
Yeah, Yoshi says, Dakota, what made Tokay geckos the reptile you wanted to focus on? Love hearing about the Tokay progress.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is a good story. So much like the rest of the world, I didn't like Tokay geckos.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they were just nasty little creatures. I mean, they are nasty little creatures. Don't get me wrong.
But they're beautiful.
But Renee wanted Tokay gecko. She's always wanted a Tokay gecko. So when we finally moved into our house, I was like, all right, she wants a reptile. You know, like obviously if your significant other wants a reptile, you don't say no.
Yeah, that's
So I
awesome.
went and got her a Tokay. And then I was like, wow, this thing's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And now I own 20.
Yeah. Well, I've always, like I said, I've loved Tokays. We owned them for a while here. They didn't make sense for us here because they hid a lot.
Yeah, they're not a great display.
They
pet.
hid, and then if you tried to take them out, they'd bite the shit out of
Yeah.
you. And I'm telling you what, I got actually one of my very popular videos.
I
not-
just got it recommended to me yesterday.
the Tokay gecko?
The Tokay gecko
that
one.
hurt like hell.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was like no joke. And then Miguel from Always Evolving Pythons came out, and on Noah's channel, he got bit, and he was like, "Oh, that's bullshit." When he got bit, he was like ready to start crying. He was like, "Oh
It's
my
no
god!"
joke.
Yeah, the
man.
bites hurt. My hands are pretty scarred up.
my
I think it's all the
gosh.
calluses from the bites.
Really?
That now I'm like,
Now you're
I'm pretty
okay.
much invincible
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
point.
you can take on a chainsaw. Yeah, you'd be okay.
Yeah, more or less. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's that.
They are ridiculous, but they are beautiful and they're amazing animals, and I'm glad that people like you are paying attention to them because I think that they're underappreciated.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
There's a good handful of people out in the U.S. right now doing with them, but not nearly enough, I think.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact the most impressive thing about him is, of course, the parental instincts. That was those and crocodile skinks, which is why I really got into them, is I wanted to learn more about the parental instincts with
So tell me
baby
what they
to,
do.
So they take care of the children. So you leave the eggs in there. You don't have to do anything.
Yep.
The eggs are pretty much super glued to whatever surface
Yep.
there is, whether that be the tank or a piece of cork flat, whatever. Eggs hatch, and then the parents take care of the babies. Now, usually I remove the dad after a bit. I don't want him laying more than 2 to 3 clutches. After that, calcium crash,
Yeah.
fat storages run out, things like that. So usually the dad usually doesn't see the babies. I usually just leave them with the mom, but she'll take care of them. Actually, main thing for babies is to get with their gut fauna is eating the poop of the parents.
Okay, so it's important for them to be in there.
Yeah, it's not
Very
like
interesting.
completely necessary. It's not
Yeah.
like it's a must, but it is beneficial for them. And it's a lot easier because now you just have to deal with one cage instead of,
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so usually around 2 or 3 months, you usually want to, after about 2.5, 3 months, you want to remove it, especially if you have both parents in, because the dad will actually start to scare off the baby, especially if
Okay.
it's like a male, male on
Yeah,
male.
yeah.
So usually you want to put them in. I usually cohab them all, and then about 5 or 6 months, I'll start putting them in their separate enclosures.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's cool to see. I mean, obviously you have the same thing with the monkey tail skinks where they have babies and then they live in kind of communal areas.
really?
And other pairs that live in the same area will also protect the other babies.
Yeah, take care of it.
Oh.
You know, so it's pretty cool when you start. You don't think of reptiles. I mean, well, even crocodilians, right? I mean,
Yeah,
crocodilians,
alligators, crocodiles.
Yeah, they all.
We
take
all
care
saw
of
the
baby.
nature documentary with
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the babies in its mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, they were right after that. It ate them all. But
Yeah,
that was.
they-
Oh, well, they
didn't show
cut that part
They
off
cut
on Nat Geo.
Edit. Yeah, they edited that shit. What do you got?
Sean says, I'm thinking about getting a retic, and I was wondering how much handling you have to do to get them as friendly as yours.
Well, I think it has to do a lot with what generation they are out of the wild,
nature of the
as
animal,
well as
right?
maybe a little bit of the mutation as well. If you get an animal that is an F4, F5 generation out of the wild, and you get it as a baby and you really handle it a lot, they become very, very tame and very easy to work with. So yeah, I mean, I think retics are I mean, they are amazing. They're big animals. They're not for everybody, for sure.
Very smart.
But they are definitely some of the most amazing animals. I mean, I'm working on trying to get another one right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a big giant one for the zoo. Obviously, we have Lucy. She can't come out. Daisy is big, but she's just a weird animal. She doesn't like to be handled at all. She gets stressed.
She gets stressed, yeah.
And so we're looking to get one. We're in talks with a couple people now. So retics are amazing, but they are not for everybody.
Yes.
It's definitely something I want to get into in the future. But
Well, in
right now,
New Hampshire, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, New Hampshire. I love New Hampshire. That's New England state out there as far as keeping reptiles.
Yeah.
But it's just space, Of course,
Yeah.
they need a large enclosure, and that's just not, when
Easy
we're
to
talking
do.
about, I mean, how many rack systems can I put there for one retic? It's one of those kind of business to passion.
Yeah.
Type
Well,
situations.
it's one of the things that Tom Crutchfield talked about yesterday is how he felt that, retics need big cages, and bigger than most of the
We see
people
it.
in the industry. Yeah, they climb. I mean, you go upstairs.
Perdita's
be
on the
perched.
on the branch.
She's perched. She's, Sunfire is always up and down. Every one of our retics is up and down. Lucy will go up in her tree. She'll go up.
Casper goes on the wall.
Yeah, Casper goes on the wall. They all climb. They all like big spaces. And to keep them in a shallow tub is probably not that good for them in long term. So they're not a Burmese python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timothy says, Brian, what do I got to do to get some of those mangroves off you? Trade you a yellow anaconda, perhaps? Just an idea, LOL. Hoping to have babies next year.
Brian, what do I need to do to get those boegas off?
He's already here.
Tim, what do you think about a death match?
I think
between
that's a
you
good
and
idea.
Dakota?
I was just going to say death match.
Yeah, if you guys...
Boega death match.
Yeah, Boega
Tim,
death match.
I will race you to the boegas starting now.
Oh!
I'll give you a head start.
Tim's upstairs.
He's. You know what's funny? He has been before.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
It's
bro.
not impossible. Listen, if we produce a bunch here shortly, I think next year is the year we'll be selling, right? Because we have quite a few females that'll be up to size next year, and I think that we'll actually legitimately sell mangroves next year.
And Brian, how much will you be charging for these amazing animals?
I mean, a lot.
60K.
Yeah, 60, 70 grand.
Tesla per.
Yeah, if you give me a Tesla or a Bitcoin, I'll take a Bitcoin.
Bitcoin or
I
Tesla?
will trade you for one Tokay gecko.
Perfect. If it's the right Tokay, we're in.
It'll be nice.
No, I don't know.
promise.
It's interesting. I've seen, I mean, right now the price range of captive mangroves when you just can't find them is, $250 to $500. Is what they are. And I think if you mark them 500, you sell every single one of them. Every single one does. But I'm not going to gouge people. I think they're going to be somewhere between 250 and 500.
Yeah.
For babies. And that's going to be well started. I mean, we're going to keep them, make sure they're eating before we sell them and stuff like that. Because we've got it figured out. We've got it pretty figured out how to get them going.
Now, are these Boega melanota?
These are. I work with melanota. I don't work with dendrophilia, but I do work with.
See, I want to work with the dendrophilia.
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah. So I've got
The melanotas. Those are the larger size ones.
yeah,
right?
they're big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big. But I also work with Gemicincta, multicincta, and I may be getting some divergence here in the next very
that's
short while.
Sienia too.
Yeah, Sienia is a dendrophilia.
Okay, but
it's still a Boega. Yeah, but so we're working with a lot of the dendrophilia.
Nice.
But none of the dendrophilia actually, weirdly enough, right?
Yeah, just the one that I want is the
the
only species that you're not
I
working
yeah,
with. Great.
yeah.
We did it on
exactly.
purpose.
Yeah, I did on purpose.
Serenium says, hey, Dakota and Brian, can you talk about your monitor projects at DBCB Exotics?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I have a 3 monitor projects going on. One's kind of still in the beta phase, So number one, we have a group of quince monitors that we're growing out. We've got a trio of babies that are getting kind of big now. It makes me sad. So, you buy them when they're that big.
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah.
And now they're kind of getting old, and I miss the adorable little baby stage. And then we have a really nice high yellow from Nerd, which is a high yellow quince monitor. So that'll be a pretty much yellow patternless quince, which will be really nice. Then, of course, we got the red Ackie monitors, which we did get a clutch, but the clutch did not go through full term. It kind of panned out around 4 or 5 weeks. It had some windowing. I don't know if the female just didn't have enough calcium or what was going on, but the eggs didn't make it. But there's always next year. Yeah. And then my Arguses, I have a great story for you with the Arguses, Brian. So, I had these paired for a few. The female started looking gravid, so I separated. She started being kind of a bitch towards the male, and I'm like, okay, we don't want any of this. So you just go in your own enclosure now. Started digging the lay box. Weeks went on to like 5 or 6 weeks, and nothing happened. And she started looking like she may have absorbed those eggs, so maybe she was just cycling. Maybe, something just didn't pan out. So I'm like, whatever. I put them back together. Everything was good. And then just one fun morning, I opened the enclosure to find 2 pearly white eggs. And I was like, whoa, like good fertile eggs. So I was excited. I was unprepared. So I had to zip them up. I had to go find, a shoebox, get the perlite in it, get everything good to go. And I have this on, I'll show you the video. It's just great. My reaction, as soon as I'm like, okay, guys, here, I was going to go grab the eggs. The Argus are going to be huffy and make good content. So I go to open the enclosure to find the male eating one of the 2 eggs halfway in its mouth. And I'm just like, oh!
Oh my gosh, what a bummer. Did you get the one, though?
I got the one.
Okay.
It is fertile. It's got a nice little red ring. I thought it was infertile because they usually won't eat fertile eggs.
Right.
Usually, most of the time they'll eat.
Yeah, the thing that
infertile.
sucks is he might have eaten a few others too, right?
Yeah.
You don't know.
I don't know, but I have 1 Argus.
Nice.
Damn, that's cool though.
Well, that's
Congrats.
one more than I have, so that's good.
Congratulations.
Yeah. We have a female Argus, and then of course we have the pair of babies,
which are really nice looking.
Yeah, they're super super pretty. And the female lays slugs. She'll lay slugs. We don't have a male for her, but every now and then she'll plop out a clutch of slugs. We're like, the first time it happened, to be totally honest with you, we thought it was a boy. And so the first time it happened, we thought that, because we sometimes feed slug eggs to the monitor, so we thought she was maybe passing the eggs that were slugs, and then we realized, wait a second, we haven't fed her slugs in months. And she had slug eggs. So
that's really funny because so my boy monitor is my girl monitor, and my girl monitor is my boy monitor.
Yes.
So I got double jeopardy, I guess.
Wow, it worked out both ways.
Yeah, I got a probable male. And then I bought a confirmed female.
Oh, that
the female's male and the male is female.
Oh, perfect.
The confirmed male was a good female.
Yeah,
exactly. That works. Yeah, the reptile hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
For 100%, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't trust what anyone says.
Welcome to the reptile hobby.
You never know. Mike says, hey, fellas, loved the Facebook chat with Crutchfield last night.
Much,
loved how complimentary he was. Dakota, have you had a chance to decide on your favorite Reptarium ambassador animal and which one's your favorite yet?
Oh, so I had a good hour and a half to go in. I think it's gonna be Matilda, man.
Oh, Matilda. I mean,
she was out and about. She was out and about. So I haven't had a chance to hold anything yet.
Yeah,
we've been kind of just down here chilling. But Matilda. I mean, that's an impressive. I've always loved the
Aldabras.
Yeah, I was going to say Alberta, so I'm glad I stopped myself.
We got you, bro.
Yeah, they don't come from up there.
I'm going to be like,
colder up
there. Alberta tortoises.
I've always loved large tortoises in general. It's definitely something I want to get into later on in life.
It's so much personality, right?
Yeah, they're definitely better. Like Russians, whatever, they're okay.
They're cool, but they sail.
Like, if I'm going to get a tortoise that's going to live forever, I want a big fucking tortoise.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love all of them, but the big ones are impressive.
Special,
exactly.
She's super cool. So, and thank you about the Facebook. I appreciate it. We had a great time with Tom, and can't wait to have Tom up. He wants to come visit sometime. He's a great guy, and known him for a long time. And whatever your opinion is of him, he's made a huge impact on the hobby.
Yeah, for sure. Silver Cash says Def enjoyed MJ on Animal Bites.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I mean, that's the Animal Bites thing going down.
And your boy Yoshi's back. He says, I can't do
again.
25, but this is what you get. So now you get to hold salt. So there you go.
There you get the whole salt. Yoshi, the man. Thank you, Yoshi, and welcome to the podcast. By the way, Yoshi, I appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you, brother.
We love to have new people in the room. So thank you so much.
Yoshi sells buses. If anyone needs
Yeah,
buses.
well, we're not going to forget that.
I've heard that before. I've heard
Yeah, somebody
that
told me
before.
about that.
Does he sell them to the U.S. though?
Does he?
Oh, you know.
For the right amount?
Yeah, for the right amount. It's like a mafia thing, or is that
the right amount of money?
Is he
we'll
like
get
the-
you a bus.
This bus fall off the truck. I don't know.
Yeah, is he like a fucking bus mafia? Well, what's going on here? You
Listen,
know,
we don't. You know.
we don't talk about
He's in the
deals
Triple
with
B,
Yoshi. Yoshi,
He's in the Bus Bad Boys, dude.
Yeah,
in the-
yeah.
yeah.
The BBB.
yeah.
We know this.
I want a bus, man. I'm into a bus.
That's
Yes,
what I'm
we all
saying.
do.
Yeah,
I
Silver,
can get you one. I know a guy.
yeah, yeah. Yoshi,
No,
A
Yoshi
different guy.
actually sells buses too.
I know. That's what
Yeah.
I've heard. I've heard all about Yoshi's buses.
No,
I have.
no way.
Just
Yeah.
earlier in the podcast.
Podcast. Okay.
This is what you got to get, Brian.
Okay, so that's what I was
Silver
talking
Cash
about.
says,
Dude, we're down, dude.
Honey Ovens, I see them all over Instagram. So it'll be here when you
Dude,
get
if
here.
you literally, I will buy one of these damn things. Tell me which one, because there's like
It's gonna
the
get good use,
$800
right?
one, or there's the $500 one, there's the $300 one.
Yeah.
You know,
We
$600
got
one.
him. We got to get him the Karu, the 16 multi-fuel pizza oven new from Ani, right?
That's like the Lamborghini of.
Yeah.
of
Well, you got to show
buses.
You got to show Big Rich up. You can't
Oh,
have a
that's true.
doper
Yeah,
oven,
yeah.
you know.
So our friend Big Rich Ohio Fish Rescue had 2 pizza ovens on his set. 2, not just 1, 2. And he also had hot chili and hot cheese dispensers.
My God.
Yeah, this guy was living the life.
Dude, this dude
I mean,
legitimately.
what more could you need after that?
Oh, well, I mean,
Hot dog.
sex swing.
Yeah, he had a sex swing.
He had a
Rocket
game
cars.
room.
Okay,
a game
okay.
room. Yeah, rocket car, Harley Davidsons, a lot of 70-inch TVs. Don't know what
Yeah.
they were out doing. A swimming pool that you could
but he
swim.
did have a nacho cheese dispenser,
Yes.
right?
And
Zip line.
That was zip line.
Zip
yeah,
line over the
Oh,
koi
okay.
pond.
Zip lining's pretty
with
cool, too.
retractable
deck. Yeah,
that you
so
could,
the
so
kids
kids
couldn't
can't
go
do
on.
it.
Yeah,
What is a retractable deck?
You have to
So
watch the
like
vlog.
Tracks?
You'd like, he took. This
It was like a
guy's-
platform.
So
that,
so if you took like this guy, I mean, he's like party man. So this guy also won mullet of the best mullet in America.
Wow.
Right. So he's definitely party in the back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's just his whole life. Is
except
about
for his
party
whole
back.
front is also the back.
Yeah,
That's
his
what's
whole
going
front
on.
and back is party.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, I love. I mean, literally,
love
as a
him.
man, he's living the dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just I mean, pizza ovens everywhere.
Grill.
chili
He had a
dispensers.
grill. He had a grill
in his
downstairs with a fume hood.
Yeah, a grill.
A grill,
with
bro.
a vent that vented
That
outside.
just seems like too much work to build.
Oh man, this
You
dude. Oh, you don't even understand.
I
Man.
He
don't know. I don't
chainsawed
know.
a window out of his doorway.
Yeah,
He
And
did
then
what
didn't
now?
realize he did it.
yeah. To put a door wall in, he had a window, and so
Oh, that's
he
right,
was,
yeah, yeah.
he was really drunk, and he chainsawed a hole and put a doorway in. Woke up the next morning, it's like, who the hell put this door wall in?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his son's like, it was you. And
Yeah, I
he's like,
tried stopping you, but you had the chainsaw,
Yeah,
Dad.
and he was like, "Oh, that's pretty good craftsmanship." He also get this, his living room, Mike Tyson's zebra carpet that was auctioned off out of one of Mike Tyson's houses.
Wow.
I mean, the dude's like fucking a legend.
Yeah.
man. Just legend.
I'll speak about him for
Mullet of
generations.
the year. Huh?
yeah, the mullet of the
The
year.
mullet of the year.
best mullet.
Wow.
I
It is
yeah,
impressive.
Yeah, Theo Von would be impressed.
Yes.
Can we rail this in?